What's going on, gang? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Hope you guys had a lively week, a healthy week, a fun week, a happy week. A week that was less intense than mine, because I really had a hard week, a rough week, a week full of pain, a week full of sorrow, man. I had a very, very dark week. Fortunately, had a loss in the fam. Very tragic. And yeah, it's kind of weighing hard on my chest, It's kind of weighing heavy on my heart. So I'm postponing the Commander Flame interview, just cause I just needed to get some things off my chest and just breathe a little bit. Shouts out to Commander Flame. I'm definitely looking forward to bringing that to you next week. But life is so short. Life is so precious. Life is so not guaranteed. Not a moment, not a second of this is promised to anybody. Not a fraction of a second, not a micro second is promised to a soul. Not a nanosecond is promised to any one of us, anybody, no matter how old, can be gone tomorrow. And in these times where everything is so crazy, where life, it seems, is so undervalued, and yet being extremely valued at the same time, it's a very weird space that we find ourselves in as a people right now. Never forget how important life is. Never forget how much life matters. Never forget how much to slow down and enjoy these moments, share in these treasures we have with one another. Enjoy each and every day to the fullest. Do it to your best. Do everything to your finest capability. And if there's something in life that you want to do, that you have a passion for, don't just have the passion for it. Don't just talk about it. Get to it. Be bold. Be daring. Be brave. Maximize your life. Maximize every single moment you have. Maximize every single day. Live like tomorrow ain't coming, because unfortunately, as crazy as it sounds for some of us, tomorrow is not coming. For some of us today, it'll be it. Have you left the mark you want to leave? Have you done the most you can do with the time you have here? What will it say on your tombstone? How many people will be at your funeral? Will there be a parade in your honor? Will they build a statue in your name? Will they walk through the halls of the wing at the university you donated, or the wing in your honor for your harrowing achievements or your innovation in your field, your ingenuity that helped advance the area that you're an expert in, your good heart and your big nature that helped put an impact in your local community and beyond? What will it say on your tombstone? What will it say in your obituary? What will the person who speaks so eloquently as you give a final rest, what will that person say? Will you be loved? Will you be hated? Will you be feared? Will you be respected? Will you be honored? Will you have just been tolerated? Will people spit on your grave? Will people be angry? Will you have caused so much hurt and frustration and pain in this world that people will be happy to see you go? Will it be a combination of all those things depending on who you ask? I think for most of us it's safe to say it'd be a combination of all those things depending on who we ask. I don't think any of us will leave everybody in this world feeling happy, nor do I think most of us will just leave this world alone. I think most of us will be missed. Most of us will have done something that someone will remember. Very few of us will do stuff that gets statues. Very few of us will do stuff that gets written in history books and becomes text for schools, and whether it be junior high, grade school, high school, and beyond. Very few of us will have those esteemed honors. But what will you do in your local community? Will you be a part of the local garden? Will you do co-drives? Do you do give backs? Will you do book bags, drives for school, back to school time? Will you do free haircuts for people trying to get themselves back into society after coming home from being incarcerated? Will you help with job placement for those who are coming home from being incarcerated? What will you do to leave your mark? Will you do Toys for Tots? Will you run basketball tournaments? Will you run AAU tournaments? Will you run a football club? Will you help the girls learn ballet? Will you help the kids get into college? Will you help secure your community from negative forces internally and external? What will you do? What are you willing to do? What do you do already? How are you leaving your mark in this world? What will people say when you're gone? How will you be remembered? How will people look at you? How will people honor you? How will people revere you? How will people talk about you? Will they speak kindly? Will they speak kindly? If you're not sure about any of the answers to these, then maybe it's time for you to look in the mirror. Maybe it's time for you to meditate. Maybe it's time for you to sit down for a moment and pray. Talk to yourself. Maybe it's time for you to just be real with yourself. You don't do enough. Or maybe you do so much that you're burning out and your loved ones at home barely see you. Maybe you're the person that is the pillar of the community, the backbone of the community, the staple of the community. And with that sacrifice comes a lack of a personal life. Do you need to find more of a work-life balance? What will those who are most important, your daughters, your sons, your wife, what will they say about you? What will those who are just onlookers, passers-by, those sitting in the bleachers, those far removed from the chess game that you play on a day-to-day basis, what will they say? Will you have critics? Will you have naysayers? Will you have people who will gleefully and joyously cheer as you're gone, as so many of these statues of historical figures that are now being taken down, not just here, but abroad, as so many statues are being taken down all around the world, except Italy, because shouts to Italy. They are like, we are not a part of this, and in respect to their sovereignty, can't be mad at that. If in Italy they are, that is their history that they're embracing. What can you say? Saw a report where they was showing all the pillars and the different adorations to Mussolini. And for those that don't know, the great dictator Mussolini went and attacked Ethiopia and brought back a lot of resources for Africa. from Africa, I should say, brought back many resources from Africa. They say if you want to learn a lot of African history, you can go through some of the most beautiful parts of Europe, Rome, and you'll be able to, in those museums, see an immense amount of culture and history that isn't actually on the continent anymore. So that's that interesting dynamic in and of itself kind of lays the foundation for why so many people would want to pull the statues down, because of that type of legacy. But Italy has a strong place in their heart for their historians and their conquerors, their military leaders, their travelers, in the case of Christopher Columbus or Cristobal Columbus, who actually, traveled in the name of Spain, but is also embraced for his Italian heritage, though they didn't finance his famous voyages and ships that they teach us about in school, such as the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria. But I say all that to say, what will be said about you when you're gone? Will you be so powerful that you'll be able to change the history? Will people change the history for you because you're so revered and so honored? And even though you did things that some may feel were horrific, will others feel you are a hero? I think that'll be the gray area most of us leave in this life. And I think we'll just do it on different scales. Some of us more grandiose, some of us more meteoric, some of us more epic, some of us more out of this world and bigger than life than others. But I think that most of us will be leaving a gray legacy. And that's okay. That's all right. Embrace your gray legacy. Embrace the loved ones that care about you. And for those loved ones that don't care about you as much, for those loved ones who you may have had some falling out with, that's okay too. For those colleagues at work you may have had a falling out with, for those business partners you may have had a falling out with, for those business deals you never got done, for those business deals that got done without you, for those people who tried to rip off your ideas, for those people who you trampled upon and took their ideas, for those companies that you put out of business, for those companies that tried to put you out of business. It's all okay. It really is. Because at the end of the day, our lives are going to be gray. The legacy we leave is going to be gray. But I feel as long as you have good intentions, for the most part, and you trying to do something positive in this world, I think that people will honor and remember and revere and respect that. If you're trying to create some good balance, if your ends kind of justify your means, hopefully you actually do something good and positive and great, and not just for yourself. Hopefully you pay a lot of that energy forward, whatever you do to acquire your energy. And if you get a surplus of energy and resources, hopefully you start to give some of that forward to those who, like you, need a leg up and an opportunity to show their greatness to the world and how masterful they can be in the future. Because we're all just guaranteed but a moment of time to be exemplary, to be amazing, to be creative, to be artistic, to be leaders, to be doers, to be thinkers, to be shakers, to be innovators, to be promoters, to be promoted. We're only just granted but a moment of time. So make sure you're paying the energy forward and inspiring these sparks of creative genius and intellect and thought and progressive energy into the next epoch. Make sure you are helping inspire the minds of the future. That in and of itself is an amazing thing. If you're not running the food pantries, if you're not doing the Thanksgiving drives, if you're not doing the Toys for Tots, if you're not doing the coat drives and the shoe drives and the book bag giveaways and the free haircuts, etc., 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 Are you just giving people kind words? Are you helping a homeless guy with a sandwich? Are you being kind to people in these crazy, tumultuous times? Are you doing the little things in life that help us just get through day to day with one another? That help us just love each other on a small, microcosmic level? Are you just holding the door for people? Are you giving somebody a seat on the train? Are you allowing an older lady to get the cab ahead of you? Are you Ubering for people? Are you just being kind? Are you just being generous? Are you just being a symbiotic being, a part of the bigger picture? Are you helping out? Are you showing love? You don't have to do it on a big grand scale. You don't have to do major, massive things. Are you just being kind? Are you just giving people kind words, good energy, good vibes, great suggestions, constructive criticism, positive feedback? Are you sharing things? Are you liking things from people that really do amazing work, not just because they're your friends, but that they really put their heart and soul and high quality content out there? Are you sharing it? Are you buying it? Are you supporting it? Are you helping them with their endeavors as we can, as much as possible in these more digital times? If you're doing any of those things on any level, even just on a small basis, if you're just saying good morning to the few people in your circle and letting them know that you love them and that everything is cool and everything will be all right, then you're doing amazing things and you're putting good energy into the world. And on your last days, that energy will be there 10,000 fold, and people will honor you, and you will sit at your place amongst the stars. Be well, guys. Love one another. Help one another. Hold each other down. Remember, this thing is too short. Remember, this thing is too short. Remember, we don't have but so much time promised to us. Remember, we don't have but so many days here. Remember, we don't have but one life to live, no sequel. And if we don't treat it right, what they say about us, it'll definitely be our fault. The legacy we leave is in our hands. The legacy we leave is in our hands. The legacy you leave is in your hands. The legacy you leave is in your hands. I just want that to sink in. I want people to really understand. You are powerful beyond measure. You are powerful beyond measure. You are powerful beyond measure. You have so much to give, so much to offer, so much to share. No matter what your place in life, no matter where you come from, no matter what type of education you have, how much money is in your pocket, how much money in your bank account. If you are 1 or 1,000 days late with all your bills, remember, you are powerful beyond measure. You have so much to give to this world. You have so much to offer. You have so much you can teach and share and show. And you have so many people you can inspire. And so many people that you already inspire now that you probably don't even know. Just use that and keep moving forward through all the murkiness, through all the dark days, through all the times that things seem cloudy and the rain just keeps coming and it keeps coming. Move forward knowing that you are touching somebody's soul. Move forward knowing that you are inspiring the future. Move forward knowing that you are brightening somebody's day, that you are turning someone's gray skies into sunny days. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his Ghetto Point of View, where I bring you the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of my Ghetto Point of View. Shout out to everybody at Anchor.fm. Shout out to me. Shout out to everybody at Spotify. You can catch me on Spotify, Anchor.fm, and several other places with dope podcasts to listen to. Shouts to everybody that's been rocking and vibing. Please get at us, his Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. HISGHETTO point POINT of OF View VIEW at gmail.com. Again, that's his Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. HGPOV, his Ghetto Point of View, will be back next Sunday. Definitely try to get that Commander Flame interview in. But this week I just had to talk to you guys, and I appreciate you guys. I have the greatest audience in the world. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the show. Let everybody know every Sunday is going down. New shows being posted. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for listening to all the music and sharing the content that I post. Please support these artists. Some of my very, very, very favorite artists I'm posting, and I'm sharing music with you guys that I'm not sure if you've heard yet, and I hope I am sharing something new with you that inspires your day, that makes you think, that makes you groove, that makes you dance, that makes you fall in love, that gives you something to work out to, something to make love to, something to dance and boogie, something to work hard to. I hope I've given you something to get you through a moment of immense hurt and pain, something to get you through a moment of immense joy and love. I hope that I inspire. I hope that I enlighten. I hope that I amuse. And I hope that I teach as well. And I hope that you've learned something in this time with me. As you guys always teach me, please continue to send me your inquiries, questions, comics, critiques, criticisms, and also anybody looking to have anything advertised to my amazing audience. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com is where to reach out to us. Shouts again to the wonderful team over at Anchor who let us put on this great show. Every Sunday it's going down. I'm bringing you the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of my Ghetto Point of View. I'm getting out of here. I love you guys. Have a great week. Keep your heads up. Stay strong. We gonna get through this together, y'all. I promise you, we gonna get through this together. We gonna get through this together. We gonna get through this together. One day at a time. One move at a time. One step at a time. 1 inch at a time. We keep moving forward. Have a great one. R.I.P. to anybody that's been lost recently. R.I.P. to anybody that's been lost recently. We love y'all. We honor y'all. Peace. See you next Sunday. We out.